Welcome to the Love All Tennis channel. Kindly subscribe and enjoy the video. Nick Kyrgios has unshamedly bragged about a six-figure payday for a tournament in Saudi Arabia, much to the ire of his Davis Cup teammates. Kyrgios opted to skip Australia's Davis Cup charge, which resulted in the team of Alex de Minaur, Jordan Thompson, Thanasi Kokkinakis, Max Purcell, and Matt Ebden falling to Canada in the final. It was Australia's first time reaching the Davis Cup final in 19 years, but they couldn't keep up with Canada's firepower, which was led by Felix Auger-Aliassime and Denis Shapovalov. Kyrgios enjoyed a career-best season in 2022, reaching his first-ever Grand Slam final after a blistering Wimbledon run. But the 27-year-old hasn't played in the Davis Cup since 2019, the same year he missed selection for failing cultural standards. Instead of representing his country in the men's team event, Kyrgios is preparing to play in the heavily criticized Diriyah Tennis Cup, a lucrative three-day exhibition event in Saudi Arabia where he is expected to pick up a six-figure appearance fee just for showing up. He has also signed up to play in the World Tennis League in Dubai next month. Despite a successful tournament for Australia, Auger-Aliassime secured the winning point for the North Americans when he downed de Minaur 6-3, 6-4 in their singles tie. After being knocked out of the ATP Finals doubles event, Kyrgios opted to once again not join his Australian counterparts for the Davis Cup. Speaking afterwards, a gutted Hewitt was unable to explain why Kyrgios kept making himself unavailable for selection. "I don't know. You have to ask him. I can't try any harder," he said, while adding that he, of course, approached Kyrgios about making a return. "I try and come here with the best possible team we can field." De Minaur is also frustrated with his countryman. "I have tried as well. It just wasn't meant to be," he said of luring Kyrgios to the tournament. An eagle-eyed social media user also questioned whether Kyrgios' exile was secretly referenced in a de Minaur Instagram post on Saturday. In the post, de Minaur praised his Davis Cup teammates and said there was no greater honor than representing his country. Kyrgios left a simple response: about to go to Saudi for six figures. After being knocked out of the ATP Finals doubles event, Kyrgios opted to once again not join his Australian counterparts for the Davis Cup. Instead, he decided to take part in a lucrative exhibition event in Saudi Arabia for the Diriyah Tennis Cup, earning himself a six-figure paycheck. The event has drawn widespread backlash, with British #1 Cameron Norrie being heavily criticized for agreeing to take part in the event. Kyrgios, however, wasn't hiding from the fact, instead offering up a humble brag about the incoming payday. "Saudi Arabia and Dubai are all that's left. You know I gotta get the bag," he wrote on Instagram. Some of tennis's big names will take part in the exhibition events in Saudi Arabia, with Daniil Medvedev, Alex Zverev, Dominic Thiem, Stan Wawrinka, and Andrei Rublev. The event runs from December 8th to December 10th, with the winner earning $1 million in prize money. Kyrgios' absence from the Aussie team now stretches back 3 years. Speaking to the world's media after the final, de Minaur and Aussie team captain Lleyton Hewitt was asked about Kyrgios' continued absence. When asked if he might be able to persuade Kyrgios, who has enjoyed his most successful season capped by a run to the final at Wimbledon, to join the team again next year, Hewitt shrugged with a weary smile. "I don't know. You have to ask him. I can't try any harder." Pressed if he tried to woo him, Hewitt added, "Of course. I try and come here with the best possible team we could field." De Minaur was then also asked if he might try to persuade his friend and responded, "I have tried as well. Just wasn't meant to be." The frustrating thing for Hewitt must be that last week Kyrgios was playing in Europe in doubles with Kokkinakis at the ATP Finals. Kokkinakis hopped straight from Turin to join the team in Malaga, but Kyrgios had already called an end to his breakout singles season early last month. Nick Kyrgios to play exhibition event in Saudi Arabia. After calling a premature end to his breakout 2022 singles season in early October, Kyrgios will ramp up his preparation for the Australian summer at the Diriyah Tennis Cup exhibition event from December 8th through the 10th. Australia's Wimbledon finalist is seeking priceless match practice against some of the world's premier players, including former #1 Daniil Medvedev and fellow heavyweights Stefanos Tsitsipas, Alexander Zverev, Dominic Thiem, and Taylor Fritz. "It's a bonus for me to be able to play these matches. and feel that match pressure still throughout my training block is going to be crucial for me, Kyrgios said last week, and use that to get a bit of a head start on everyone else that's not able to play these matches. As well as his run to the Wimbledon final, Kyrgios also made the US Open quarterfinals, claimed a 7th career title in Washington, and produced a 37-10 win-loss record. Only Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal had better strike rates in 2022. I think before the season started, I was having a conversation with myself that I wanted to kind of reinvent myself on the tour. He said, "It's a bonus for me to be able to play these matches and feel that match pressure still throughout my training block is going to be crucial for me," Kyrgios said last week, and use that to get a bit of a head start on everyone else that's not able to play these matches. As well as his run to the Wimbledon final, Kyrgios also made the US Open quarterfinals, claimed a 7th career title in Washington, and produced a 37-10 win-loss record, came to the expense of a Davis Cup appearance. Some described his absence as sad, while others branded the Aussie star as a disgrace. Kokkinakis claimed the Australian Open doubles title alongside Kyrgios in January this year when they beat fellow Aussie Matthew Ebden and Max Purcell. But Kokkinakis said that perhaps he wasn't the best choice to take on the key opening singles match in Australia's Davis Cup final. "Unfortunately, I was pretty much useless in this finals," lamented the Adelaide star after his 6-2, 6-4 hammering by Denis Shapovalov, which ignited Canada's march to their first ever World's Men's Team Championship title. Kokkinakis, who'd also lost in straight sets to Croatia's Borna Coric in Australia's semi-final win, admitted that he'd been nervous, wasn't match sharp, and was low on confidence going into Sunday's Monday AEDT showdown. It begged the question as to whether Captain Hewitt should have instead selected Jordan Thompson, who'd been unbeaten over both quarterfinal and semifinal ties earlier in the week, for the opening singles spot. Even Kokkinakis admitted that might have been a better option, rather than just selecting Thompson for a potentially decisive doubles contest, which eventually wasn't even needed after Felix Auger-Aliassime wrapped up the win with his singles win over Alex de Minaur. Do I think I'm singles match hardened? No. Maybe Tomo was the better option. But the guys believed in me maybe more than I believed in me at times today, conceded a gloomy Kokkinakis. "We've got a great team, a well-rounded team, but maybe there was a question of whether Tomo could back up and potentially play both singles and doubles. Who knows? I could have played the doubles, but after what the guys showed in the last match against Croatia, I have a lot of confidence in them and the way they played. Yeah, unfortunately, I was pretty much useless in this final, but hopefully I can train hard and be available and get selected next year. I haven't been able to play like I know I can. I guess I have done it before, where I have played well on not many matches, but unfortunately, I'm just, I don't know, pretty flat, to be honest." If you want to watch more amazing videos like this, kindly subscribe and click the like button to become part of our family.